Hello and welcome to the Doge and Maha News Channel. My name is Chris. In this video, we're going to watch Dr. Marc Siegel react to RFK Jr. and his vow to clear out entire departments of the FDA. You're definitely going to want to see what he says, so let's get going.
With the White House secured, President-elect Trump is ready to enact his Make America Healthy Again agenda. RFK Jr. says it's time to clear out entire departments in the FDA. But what exactly does that look like? Here with reaction, Fox News senior medical analyst, Dr. Marc Siegel. Dr. Siegel, thanks for being with us. What would that look like? What does he want to clean out?
Well, it sounds like he's focusing mainly, at least to begin with, on the food part of FDA. Remember, FDA is Food Drug Administration. Right. Now, with food, it's a mess. I mean, we're talking about 75% of the stuff in supermarkets is ultra-processed foods. You know what an ultra-processed food is? It can't remember what soil it came from. It can't remember what farm it was grown on. It's been so chemicalized that it doesn't have any connection to the original food it was. And it's why we have an...
That's a really good definition of ultra-processed food. It can't remember the soil that it came from. It can't remember the farm it came from. It's been so processed and chemicalized. It's been run through a bunch of machines and mixed with chemicals and all sorts of things. It doesn't even remember that it's food. It doesn't even remember that it had nutrients in it because it doesn't have any. All that stuff's been stripped out. That's a really good definition of ultra-processed foods.
An obesity epidemic in this country. 40% of Americans are obese, leads to all kinds of diseases that I treat: heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, heart attacks, and yes, even cancer, multiple cancers. So that's a good place to start, because we're spending $4 trillion on our healthcare in this country. It's a sick care system, not a healthcare system.
Sick care system. Did you hear that? It's a sick care system. He said that 40% of adults are obese. That means like 2 out of 5. If you're in a room with 5 people, 2 of them are obese. And I mean, that's true. You walk around anywhere out in public and it's obvious that 40% of Americans are obese. And that results in all sorts of health issues like he talked about in this video, and all the money that's being spent on that is wasted. And it's all driven by, or a lot of it is probably driven by, this ultra-processed foods.
And the FDA, and one more point about this, they're also in charge of outbreaks, Ainsley. We have over 1,700 multi-state outbreaks of foodborne illness. 48 million Americans are getting sick from the food they eat every year, and that's also under FDA's umbrella. They're very, very limp in that area.
They're very limp in that area. So foodborne illnesses is another issue as well. Americans are getting sick from. I'm wondering what RFK Jr. can do to help in that area, to maybe beef up that area to make it less limp and more strong to prevent these foodborne illnesses. I'm not sure. We'll find out.
We were interviewing RFK Jr. He said some things that were pretty shocking, like French fries at McDonald's, maybe made with 3 ingredients in Europe, but here made with, I don't remember the number, but 10, 20 ingredients. Ingredients that aren't healthy for you. Fruit Loops, different dyes, he said, are in our cereal, but the same cereal made in Europe is not allowed to use those products. So why, this is America, why are we allowed to put these products that are illegal in Europe? And you go to Europe and you eat clean and you feel great after you eat pasta and pizza, you don't gain any weight. But here, why are we allowed to put those terrible chemicals in our food that our children are eating?
Hello, that is the question. Why? It's ridiculous that this is allowed in America. Why are we putting ourselves through this? Why are we poisoning ourselves? Why are all these chemicals allowed to be in our food? It's wild to me. And it's so interesting. She brings up the point about pizza and pasta. If you go to Italy and eat there, and I'm not the only one, I've experienced that myself, but I hear that all the time from people. They go to Europe and they feel good and healthy and they can eat all the pizza and pasta that they want. But as soon as they come back home, they start eating those same things. They get sick. What is different? Obviously, it's the food.
Simple. We shouldn't be. And I just told you, I just returned from Europe. I could actually eat pasta and dessert again, and I didn't gain a pound there because it doesn't have those ingredients you're talking about. Canada also doesn't have it. Fruit Loops here in the United States, multiple chemicals, and as RFK Jr. says, in Canada, 2 or 3 ingredients. We don't police the amount of chemicals in our foods. They also interfere with fertility. That's one I didn't mention. And when you become obese, you get diabetes a lot of the time. Then you have other multiple problems.
Yeah.
Now, he has a history as a social reformer, environmental activist. That's his background. So I'm very interested in his approach towards the food we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, obesity, you know, I'm not a doctor or anything, but obesity drives a lot of other ailments. Like you said, diabetes, and there's all sorts of other things. People that were obese were a lot more susceptible to getting ill from COVID-19 as well. And especially like really sick people that were healthy and not obese, they might get COVID, but it didn't really impact them like it did someone that was more obese. Well, I thought that was a pretty interesting video. I'm really interested in this Make America Healthy Again agenda. I want to see where it takes us. I want to see what RFK Jr. can do. And they asked the biggest question that I have is, why is this stuff allowed in our food, in the food in America, when it's not allowed in any other countries? Why do we have all these extra chemicals and ingredients and dyes that are in our food, but they're banned in other countries? It doesn't make any sense to me. I did see some information from Dr. Casey Means, and she kind of describes the process for that, and I'm going to find that video and share that with you later. But if you're interested in the Make America Healthy Again agenda and seeing it unfold and the impact it's going to make on our food, then this is the right channel for you. Make sure you like and subscribe this video, share it with your friends as well. But I'm going to follow this story, and every single day bring you the latest updates and information on Make America Healthy Again. All right. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video.